If we look at this example of a portrait project, we have the title is Marching into Darkness. Starts off with some photography work with this figure lit from one side with some quite striking shadows. It's got some explanation and some pencil work. He moves on to some painting. Again, this is a different figure. So some painting work, experiments of his mixing. And then we have a pen and ink and watercolor piece and another figure. So one of the concerns one would have from this project, the standard's very good, but he's doing 3 different figures. So I'm interested in how will he develop that idea. So his 4th piece of development, although it could be seen as a 3rd piece of development which has been taken a stage further, again fine liner and some watercolor. And now if we look at his black sheet work, again we can see pencil drawing, good quality painting, a mixed media piece with fine liner, some pencil and even some writing on there, and then obviously the photographs of the 3 different figures he's based his work on. If we look at the artist research, he's looking at futurism, and artists who have a sense of repetition and movement and dynamism in their work. So he's doing some experiments and copying some pictures by artists. He's got an analysis of this painting. And this is where he starts using some clever use of photography to take some of his images of one of the initial figures and develop that. So again, he's using composition, is set out on a bit of tracing paper, comes from these photos which have been joined together. Again, he's working out his color. This is a photograph of his piece of development. And here we have step-by-step stages of the development, moving forward from drawing out stage to completion stage. Again, we've got him relating it to some other parts of art history and this idea of Greek gods and mythology. He's relating it to some Renaissance pieces and even to some Andy Warhol. And there's a good explanation of why he's chosen these artists here. And then his final piece. That's the composition for his final piece. These are the colors for his final piece. And the colors of why he's changed from relatively realistic colors here to how these purples and red become his predominant palette are well justified. And again, we have a picture of his final piece. If we look at the final work on the black sheet, we see again the 2 examples of his development piece and his final piece where the colors have changed. So if we go back now to his initial prep, an examiner looking through this would think, as you've developed your idea only on this figure, what was the reason behind doing these? making a more precise and accurate decision earlier on would have enabled you to really get a closer understanding of this figure's face and features, and not spend time doing work on a subject which wasn't going to appear in the development or the final piece. Nonetheless, a very good example of a project, very well set out, very good quality artist research, explanations, development pages, and then obviously final images, and coming back to referring his work to artists all the way through the project. A strong example for a second year 9 project.